Señor, Tetzetoa, Baolam, Shem, Yerushalayim, Yevitzion, Tetzetoa, Hashem, Yerushalayim, Yevitzion, Tetzetoa, Baolam, Shem, Yerushalayim, Yevitzion, Tetzetoa, Shalom, Shalom, Emiseo, Tetzeto, Shalom, Shalom, Emiseo, Tetzeto, Shalom, Shalom.
Okay, so we're gonna start now. Welcome, Shalom. Welcome to our sukkah. My name is Yarden. This is Ariel.
Shalom, shalom. Welcome from all over the world. This is so exciting to be with so many people from so many different places. We get the feeling from this that we are not a disunified people. We are a very unified people. We are global and we have a network. We have a family. And this particular family here with Digital Iron Dome, this event that we're putting together is a statement that we have each other's backs. We're supporting each other. And I think that's probably one of the most important messages that we want to share with you tonight is that together we can get through this mess. We've been through so much as a people, and we're going to go through so much more. But to check in with each other and to realize, hey, look at all these people from all over the world that care. All these people who I'm sure have incredible hearts, incredible minds, incredible desire to help make the situation better. So that's why we're all here tonight, really. We're here because we want to make our situation better, both within ourselves, our own lives, and outside of ourselves.
And to be sitting and right now in our little sukkah and just we're feeling very hugged. The sukkah is like a small hug. Here you can see our schach, gr
Canopy.
our canopy
Our
of leaves that are just giving us a little bit of shade and giving us so much happiness. Because a little bit of shade can be just what
what
you
you need
need.
on a hot day. So we of course this is our October 7th memorial event. It's not October 7th, but it is the event that commemorates the tragedy that happened to us 2 years ago. October 7th was on the first day of Chag, so we couldn't do it then. And we all know that according to the Hebrew calendar, Simchat Torah is only about 24 hours away or a little bit less. So that means that really, in essence, the Hebrew commemoration for the terrible tragic events that happened that woke us up and shook us up to our core. We will be really commemorating on Simchat Torah, which is very interesting because it means that every year that we revisit this pain, we do it as Jews that are celebrating our identity. And I think that's probably one of the strongest messages we can share with you guys. And that is, we are a strong people. We have a strong history. And if we know our past and we know where we come from and we know where we stand, we have a good trajectory for the future. And I think that, the people, the guests we have tonight, we have some exciting guests, and these people will be sharing both their thoughts on the past, present, and future, where we're going as a people. We're living in tumultuous times. It's incredible. I mean, we sat together last year in the sukkah, and that was before everything that happened with Iran. And who would have known that things would have turned out so wonderfully for us in regards to our capacity to defend ourselves.
And
Uh,
they're still turning out for the better. We bel and just getting better.
it's getting
That's what we
We
believe, getting
believe
better.
we are sitting in this canopy of faith, and we believe that it's getting better. We believe that there's going to be difficult times ahead. Yes, thank you. We are resilient. To quote Moje Moradi, we are resilient. We've survived 4,000 years and multiple enemies. So that's definitely the message we want to maintain because sometimes it can be a bit heavy. I don't know if any of you guys, I'd like to also do another poll right now. Let's open up if you guys want to comment. Has who here in the last year has experienced some type of physical, personal hate or online hate for their alignment with Zionism, for their alignment for freedom of speech, for their alignment with doing what's right and what's just in their eyes? I'm sure we've all experienced it. If anybody's turned on the news, we've experienced it. And that's why we really need pioneers like Dr. Charles Jacobs and Hadar Shuach doing stuff on a digital level to combat all this hate, which is just so prevalent out there. But I mean,
People are raising their hand and saying, yeah, yeah, I experienced it. Someone said it cost them a job. So,
wow.
yeah,
Well, it's so hard to hear. It costs you a job, but I guess preserving your dignity and your integrity is sometimes more important than a job. So I just want to bless that particular person, which I don't know their name right now, that lost their job, to better get a better job and work for better people that respect your courage and respect your posture in these difficult times. So we're going to open up this event with a song for a prayer for the captives who have been languishing for 2 years, way too long in the most miserable conditions. We've been praying for them. We've been protesting. Right now, there is a spirit in the country that feels very unified around the hope of getting them back, Bezrat Hashem, with the help of God. Maybe even tomorrow or tomorrow in the next 48 hours, we'll be seeing some of them come home. The country is waiting and ready. We're excited to celebrate the return of all these people that are so dear to us and that we've all been praying for. אחינו כל בית ישראל, אחינו כל בית ישראל, הנתונים בצרה ובשביה, העומדים בין בים ובין ביבשה. אחינו כל בית ישראל, אחינו כל בית ישראל, הנתונים בצרה ובשביה, העומדים בין בים ובין ביבשה. המקום ירחם ירחם ויוציא מצרה רחמו ועולם ישבו לגאולה שתף בגלה ובזמן קריב. המקום ירחם ירחם ויוצאים מצרה בעולם ישבו לגאולה שתית בגלה ובזמן הקל. Okay. Okay, thank you so much for coming on. I don't know how many people we have right now with us, but let's see how many people we have here. 209 participants. That's incredible. Thank you guys for coming from all over the world to be with us right now. We have incredible lineup of guest speakers tonight. We have soon in a minute we'll be hearing from Hadar Shuach, who is my brother-in-law and Yarden's brother. And we're very proud of this young man who's doing incredible things. We'll get you an introduction to him in a moment. And we have after that we have Dr. Charles Jacobs, who is probably co-sponsoring this evening because he really wants to create new leadership for Israel, especially for diaspora Jews, to give them strength, to give them tools in order to combat uh, the atrocities that are happening all over the states with anti-Semitism. He wants to create a new generation of leaders with his Jewish Leadership Project. I don't know if anybody knows Dr. Charles Jacob. Well, I'll introduce him one before he comes on. And then we have a recorded message from Tal Oran at the very end. Before that, though, we're going to hear from Gitit Botra, and she is a survivor of October 7th, was in Sderot at the time that the attack happened, and she's going to tell us her story, both of horror and of hope. So we look forward to hearing from all our guest speakers tonight. Why don't we start with Hadar, who was the founder of Digital Iron Dome? And Hadar, are you with us right now?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? Can you see?
Hey, Hadar, welcome.
Hey,
Chag
hey,
Sameach.
so nice to be in your digital sukkah. Like for me to be digitally in your physical sukkah. Uh,
Yeah, well, I think the beautiful thing about the digital reality that we live in now is that it really makes us feel like we could be on the other side of the planet, but we're together. And that's, I guess, Hadar, that's also true for the work you're doing, is that you don't have to be on the front lines fighting the war and explain to me, you're going to have to explain to us which war we're talking about here. But yes, even the people on this group right now, all 200 plus people can be a part of the war in a very productive way, but they don't have to be present. They can be virtually present, and that's good enough. So tell us, Hadar, how is that? Tell us a little bit more about your organization and what you're doing right now.
Okay, so I will. But first and foremost, I wanna open by saying thank you for everyone who's being here. I must say it was tough. I think even tougher from last year when we had like a huge event and more than 1,000 people attended. I think this year is even more complicated, regardless of the happiness that we having right now. That wishing that the hostages comes tomorrow, but even though it seems like the war is ended and we have ceasefire, I think everyone can feel that the story is far away from being over. And I think that's the three key messages that I want everyone who is here to take with him tonight. Uh, the first one is that even though things are really far from, far from perfect, and even though the war is over, anti-Semitism is still on the rise and people still hate Israel and our enemies are still our enemies, even though we are strong and really strong, really resilient, and I don't think people outside of Israel know enough how strong are we. And I think like one of the things I want to give everyone here is like support from Israel to the world, saying, "Hey guys, we're strong. We thank you for being here. We love you for being here. Know that we're strong. Know we even everything that like we are here to honor and remember the horrible events that we have, even though it will turn out to be the best. I promise you in 5, 10, 20, 50 years, this day, the October 7th, Simchat Torah, it will be again a good day. And that's my hope that in 50 years from now, we will see the future, we will see Israel, we will see where the world and the West got onto because of what started at October 7th. And we will bless, I hopefully we could bless the day, sure, remembering everyone who lost their life and respecting them. And that's my first message. And the second message is, even though we have ceasefire, know that the war isn't over. And that's really important because, it's easy to fall to this narrative that, okay, now everything is fine. The hostages, uh, if they came back home tomorrow, so they come back, and that's the whole story is over. Hamas went on October 7th, kidnapped some Israeli, murdered some people. Now Israel attacked Gaza, and 2 years later it's over. And that's far from being true, because even if you look at Hamas, at ISIS and Al Qaeda, every extreme Islamist group that most of the time they stand against Israel and hate Israel, they all believe in the same values of Islam that allows them to lie and to create a ceasefire and then break it. it's part of their how they act. And I promise you, because I see it on the and I'll show it to you on the Digital Iron Dome dashboard in a minute, that we can see that even now the waves of hate against Israel continues to spread online even and even more. And if the ceasefire will take and hold place and will hold for 1 year or so, even for a couple of months, I promise you we will see more and more and more fighting on the digital arena, because our enemies understood that this is working for them. And I can tell more and more about specific things that they did, from buying from actually paying and buying more than 250 American influencers to create a narrative. It was really just discovered lately that the Qataris paid more than 250 influencers to get Trump being seized and being caught at just one of Bibi's puppets. And this narrative, they trying to push really hard, and they trying to do that, and they will continue to do that no matter if there is fire, there
They have,
isn't. Um, yeah.
and they have lots of money too, Hadar. So what's our advantage? What's our advantage? I mean, we've always been a little bit quantitatively behind this fight since the very beginning, when you had seven armies massed against the little tiny nation state of Israel with only 600,000 residents, no airplanes, no tanks, no artillery, and they had it all. And yet somehow we overcame. What's behind all that? That's also behind the vision of Digital Iron Dome. That's going to give us the advantage over that.
So I have two answers, and the most basic answer is we have technology, and that's the revolution of Digital Iron Dome. Then that we can outnumber the few against many, and we can overcome that. But I must tell you that our best weapon is the truth, because we are actually right, and this I think that's one of the things that really shocked me. You know, when I started Digital Iron Dome and posted pro-Palestinians ads, pro-Israeli ads on pro-Palestinian website, and started it all movement and started running campaigns, we saw how difficult it is and how like it's nearly impossible. And as time went by, we saw like the thing getting worse, and we all see that Israel is like the reputation for Israel online got really worse in the last few months. And suddenly, even though the situation is against us, and even though we are few and there are many, and even though they have much, much more money and budget than we will ever have, something happened last month and last 2 months in the States, in the UK, and that's actually kind of like non-related also to Israel, because a wave of people and finally started to understand what Israel really stands for. It's not about Israel and Palestine. What being Zionist stands for, not directly meaning Israel, but standing for the same value as democracy, as the West, and people started seeing them themselves. Maybe after Charlie Kirk death in the United States, and the whole movement that's happening right now in the UK, and I guess Charles could talk about it even more, and Eleanor, and what we see is now is even though Israel is like on have less budget, less people, starting to understand who's right and who's wrong. And I think the truth, this is our best weapon, and knowing that, like, you know, the truth will always be uncovered at some point. Um, but that's enough about truth. I think we all want to talk more about technology and how like how actually we can fight in this war. So I don't know if this is the first time you hearing about the Digital Iron Dome. If you heard about us before, I promise that every day we're getting a bit better by technology, by content. So I always am like, I think this is maybe the 100th time I show Digital Iron Dome, and every time it's a bit different. So what I want to do now is share my screen and really show you what we've been working on, which is the first pro-Israel influence engine. And Digital Iron Dome, it's actually a way to say that we scan the internet, we understand exactly what's been talked about Israel on social media, on news websites. So this is the first step. We understand, we analyze, we scan the internet. Then our technology create content. It could create content based on text article, which I'll show you in a moment, and it could take videos, pro-Israeli videos you see online, and you hit share and you want more people to see it, but most of the time Facebook and Instagram and the social media algorithm just censor it and don't allow it to reach the right people. So what we do is we take those videos and we amplify them using ads, using paid ads online, which makes people to go online where they browse on CNN or Al Jazeera when they read articles. Let me show you for example, when they read articles on CNN or New York Post or the German Der Spiegel or even El Arabiya, inside the articles, inside the messages against Israel, we put advertisement there which supporting Israel. You can see it here, Digital Iron Dome sharing stories from the Nova Party, showing the truth behind the Middle East conflict. And the system does all of that automatically. So how that is looking like even right now, as you can see, we have a report from Israel from the last hour, October 12th. And what you can see is there is more than 58 different articles it analyzed from the last day in the United States in English, and it gives you some executive summary of what's the media landscape for Israel look like, what are the threats to Israel. So you can see there's a lot of threats here, from the normalization of BDS and the reinforcements of the Israel starving Gaza. And for each threat, we can see exactly which media talked about this, which website, for Al Jazeera to CNN to New York Times. We can say how the threat got like in the past few days, what's the evolution of it, and we can, what our system does, it scans and it gives you some understanding of what's been the most hostile websites to Israel. So for sure, Al Jazeera, The Guardian, NPR, CNN, and then the most neutral one like AP News, and it's every day it's changing. So every day it scans different articles, and that's, even though it seems pretty basic, understand that there is no other organization I saw, even not the Israeli government, that scans this automatically and creating and using AI technology to understand all that. But once we understand the narrative that currently threatening Israel, threatening the Jewish people, and just the way we have report for Israel, we have report for many other subjects, we can see and tell exactly who are the people that got reached, and who are the people that read about the so-called genocide, who are the people that read about the starvation. And what we do is we take them and we get them into an audience, and we reach this audience using paid ads. And what it allows us is few things. First, it's not you and me, and it's not some people that shares content pro-Israeli and then could get banned, could get blocked, could get hated, could fight with people. We hear a lot about people threatening people for supporting Israel. So when Digital Iron Dome operates, it operates anonymously, meaning the ad is on Digital Iron Dome. And second of all, it allows us really to reach the right people. And this is really important because the problem with Israeli advocacy and the reason why people hate us is not because they really hate us. Maybe 10 to 20% of people really, really, really hate Jews, hate Israel for their core. The rest is just unaware of what's been happening, and they, for 2 years, for 5 years, for 10 years now, they've always been consuming media that turn Israel really bad, and they never heard the Israeli story. And everything that we do is cut between the echo chamber. This is a problem I guess everyone is aware of right now, hopefully. But it's important to understand that the solution is, once you get out of the echo chamber, it's already half of the solution. And we can show that because when we're running campaigns, like for example, I want to show you campaigns that we talked about a lot, because it's a good campaign showing how digital advocacy using AI actually could change minds and really create an impact. So this is a campaign we ran in the UK a few months ago. This campaign reached 2.5 million people with ads that looks like that. So when they browse on Yahoo or Sky News, they see articles that we're promoting. In that case, that were four main articles about what's happening in the Gaza, and there a starvation, what's Israel doing to help, who is the blame, which is Hamas is the blame for the hunger in Gaza, and so on. And we tested, and I'll show you, for example, this is one article, for example, that created by the Digital Iron Dome that says how Israel open humanitarian corridors and do everything it can to help and get aid into the Gaza Strip, and also exposing Hamas lavish meals on the tunnels. What we know about this article is when we spread it, we got it to over 2.5 million people. 40,000 people clicked to read the article. The ads look like that, so people browse online and see it like that. And inside every article, after users reading the article, we poll them and saying, what do you think about this article? And we can see that sometimes we get 14% opinion change rate, sometimes 16%, but in the best article, 26% of people changed their minds about Israel. And that's really incredible because the only thing we did different is we showed them our side. And this is a problem that we must solve. And I think Digital Iron Dome is solving really good. And what we want to launch today, and I think part of the what we want to do today on this event is launch a campaign created with 4 different videos. And I hope you can see it right now. And this campaign mainly runs on Facebook and Instagram, and it targets young people in the United States that have some interest in the Middle East, saw some videos about Israel. And what we do is we spread those 4 videos. One of them is talking about, maybe you can let me know if you can hear it.
If signing an agreement to return hostages means the genocide is over, that means it was never a genocide. There was never intent to destroy the population in Gaza. There was only the intent to return the hostages. Do you now see the lie?
So this is one video, short, very short. This is another one.
What are the 5 questions you want a Palestinian supporter to answer? Who started the war in 47? Who fired the first shots? It was Palestinians. They would never admit that. The Nakba, what did that happen at the back of?
And we also have different videos like this one just regarding anti-Semitism. I think this one is really great and really important. Let me just start it.
How many Jews or Israelis have to be attacked, beaten, or killed in Western countries before you realize Jews aren't the problem?
We don't say that Islam is here to live, to coexist with lots of different religions, and all of us can just hold hands and be friends. This religion was sent to dominate the world.
That the Jews aren't the issue, and that Israel has taken no pleasure or joy in engaging in this current war in Gaza, a war that Hamas planned for, launched on October 7th, 2023, and continues to commit itself to this day. Now, Trump put forward a peace deal.
So those are the kind of videos and content and articles that we're promoting in the Digital Iron Dome. And I think this is a solution that's clearly moving the needle. And one of the things we saw is when we show people a couple of videos and couple of articles, when we target the same exact people and show them over and over content again, their support in Israel increased over time. And we tested it across 3 articles that we showed to the same couple of tens of thousands of people. And article by article, the support for Israel went up. And I think this is what's incredible about what we're doing here in the Digital Iron Dome, that we're not just creating one narrative. We are spreading thousands of different videos and articles over the past 2 years, and we will continue to do that. And we have our own dashboard, which every one of Digital Iron Dome supporters can use to create campaigns, create videos that they want to spread on social media, on news websites, and each campaign have statistics about the exactly how many people watch it, how many people watch it over 1 minute, 3 minutes, and how many people liked it, disliked it, changed my mind. And I don't want to speak for long. I just want to say that we are here and we will continue this war because I promise you, even though we have ceasefire, as I said before, the war is far from being over, and we will see the shift is moving to the digital front, and that's where we are fighting. And as I says, Israel is strong. Don't be mistaken with that. We are strong, and I hope we can give you some hope, some feeling that yes, anti-Semitism has a solution. Yes, we do need serious funding for order to the Digital Iron Dome to reach tens and hundreds of millions of views every month, not every year. But once we have it, we prove that we do have a solution to anti-Semitism. And thank you very much for having me. And let's continue with this event.
Thank you, Hadar. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're really proud of you. Hadar, tell us in the first year that this was up and running was great, but you said that the second year was even better. What happened to Digital Iron Dome in the last year that you feel has turned up the quality of the work that you guys are producing?
So it's few things. First of all, the AI technology got better and better. Like 2 years ago, if you wanted to create a counter narrative article about Israel, it wouldn't be able to make it. It just wouldn't look good. And now the technology, especially the technology we used and we trained, and the model we are training to know what's good to write, what's not good to write, and the machine learning we implement is got really better. That's first. And second of all, I think what's like in the beginning of this, it was called Project Slingshot, and then Digital Iron Dome, and the idea was to just put pro-Israeli messages inside the pro-Palestinian websites, and that was like let's show them in the face, let's show them Israel truth. But one of the things that we realize is the power of personalization and the power that, for me, in the beginning of the war, I thought to myself, the most important place to do advocacy is on Al Jazeera. And now, if you ask me what's the most important spot to do advocacy on, I would say Fox News. I would say New York Post. Even a website that you say, hey, well, what they're already supporting us. But this is, I think, what's been really important about what we're doing, that the system create different articles for different audience, which allow us to talk with everyone. And you can try and fight and convince the one who hate you, but it's most important to strengthen your base. I think even what's happening now, where more than 200 people live hearing me, I want to give a digital hug to every one of them and tell them, hey, I appreciate you. I love you for what you stand for. Not because you're here for Israel, because what made you be here, because of the values that we share together. And I think if we can focus on growing our base, this is really important. And I think those things really change my perspective, and we can see it by result. We can see, we have campaigns that running on Sky News and seeing like 70% of people just hate Israel, and from our polls, the data that we know. But we also have campaigns where we show that we catch someone that really anti-Israel and catch them on different website, different social media, and turning his mind. And I think that's it.
Okay, so
So, by the way, you're getting some virtual hugs back from the
and a lot
the
of a lot of people
participants.
are asking for where do they donate. So if you want to put already thread the link in the chat group. Also at the end, of course, it'll be posted. But if you want to do it now, people might want to get on that before they have to get off early. I think what we're really excited to what you were just saying, Hadar, is about. It's really in essence what you're saying is like this is an educational project, and I think it would be a great segue to move into to introduce Dr. Charles Jacobs, who got his doctorate in education from Ashab University, that probably at the time had a lot more prestige than today, given the sad nature of a lot of the politicking going on at Harvard University. But Dr. Charles Jacobs is head of the Jewish Leadership Project, and he's going to talk about that shortly. He also was founder of Camera, which was the Committee for Accuracy in Middle East Reporting and Analysis. He also founded APT, which was an was, forgive me for exactly, um, APT is Americans for Peace and Tolerance, as well as the American Anti-Slavery Group. So just with these accolades and these projects that he started, we're getting a composite picture that Dr. Charles Jacobs is somebody who has a lot to offer us. He's a person who is deeply concerned for the peace and well-being of everybody on the planet, not just Jews. And that makes his voice of advocacy a very special and unique voice on a scene where everybody becomes so polarized that you have to pick sides. It seems that Dr. Jacobs, welcome aboard. It seems that you are somebody that actually cares about everybody.
Well, I care about the Jews most. Hadar, listen, I have some good news for you. We just raised you over $15,000. It'll be coming to you in a couple of minutes.
That's great.
That's good. That's
Wow.
good.
Wow,
Wow.
that's great.
That should make you smile, Hadar. Okay. So
Hold on a second, Dr. Jacobs. I'm sorry to interrupt. Does everybody hear Dr. Jacobs? Hadar, do you hear him well?
I hear them quite
We're getting,
low, maybe.
okay.
if you
I'll
could,
yeah. How's this?
Dr. Jacobs, if you could get your microphone closer to your mouth, that would be good.
Am I okay now?
Slightly better, but not so strong either.
Oh boy. Oh boy. How about now? Is this
Oh,
better?
perfect. Yeah. Now,
Okay,
There you
okay,
go. Very
okay,
good.
great. I'll hold it. Okay, so we're raising money for Hadar and Digital Iron Dome, and this is great because it's an offensive and very smart, creative way to fight the defamation against us. I just want to start out by saying, this is an historic few days for us. 2 years from the pogrom, and now we're getting our hostages back. I want to talk about the meaning of October 7th, 2023 for the diaspora. There were many miracles for Israel. They fought like lions and they fought like Einsteins, right? They had inventions in drone warfare and pagers and Iron Dome and now Iron Beam, which is great. You could just sit back and fire laser weapons at $2 a pop and knock off the lethal weapons coming at you. So what we need in the diaspora is a rhetorical Iron Dome or Iron Beam. We need a rhetorical Iron Beam to learn to shoot down all the incoming hate missiles, right? So because we have lost the war in the diaspora, in a sense, because half the world now hates Jews. Half the world thinks that, half of America is no longer on Israel's side. And this is shocking and terrible. And I want to talk about that. The information war can be as deadly as the kinetic war because, the Holocaust did not start with the construction of crematoria. It started with lies and slanders against Jews. Right now, the Jews are suffering a perfect storm. Three of the most powerful ideologies have lined up against us. The left, the Islamists, and certain elements of the right. Okay? So now they all have different interests, but somehow they find common interest in fighting us. The biggest problem, I believe, is the alliance between the left and the Islamists. We call this the Red-Green Alliance. It seems illogical. How could the people on the left who like, free sex and individualism and gay and gender fluidity, how could they link up with people who would throw them off Islamists, right? Well, the answer is simple. They both have the same interest, which is to destroy the West. The Jews are just the first point, the canary in the coal mine, but they want to destroy the West. And they want to replace it. The left wants to replace our Constitution with some governing international government, right? To be governed by all of mankind, like the UN. And the Islamists will tell you that they want to replace our Constitution with Sharia law. So they both have this temporary alliance against us. If the left was smart, it would remember what happened to the same alliance when it overthrew the Shah of Iran, because the minute after the Shah of Iran was overthrown, the Muslims slit the throat of all the lefts. But the left, they're by nature stupid, and they don't, they don't get it. So we've had this alliance against us. The right is recent, but the left Muslim alliance against us is a long time, 35 years, 40 years incoming. And our national Jewish leadership failed us. The establishment, the Jewish establishment failed us. And by that I mean the federations, the ADL, the JCRCs, the American Jewish Committee, all the people that we expected and depended upon to defend and protect us, they got it wrong. They misread the territory. They thought that the media criticism of Israel was just merely criticism of Israeli policy. This is wrong. It was defamation. It was always defamation. Nobody criticized anybody as much as they criticized Israel, and our leaders didn't get it. They didn't go after the New York Times. They didn't. That's why we had to invent groups like CAMRA, Committee for Accuracy in Middle East Reporting in America, and we, the Jewish grassroots, had to fight instead of, because we couldn't depend on our leaders. The other thing that our leaders completely missed. I mean, don't forget, these are the people who came to us and said, give us money because we know the territory. We know how to fight this better than anybody else. Well, they completely missed this huge tectonic shift in American society whereby liberalism, the classic liberalism that protected us and allowed Jews to thrive as a minority in American and Western society, was defeated by progressive wokeism. And so you went from a belief that all people, no matter race, ethnicity, religion, color, sexual preference, everybody had an equal shot. That was the liberalism that helped us. To now, a demand for equal results. So that means that if there are not as many black lawyers per capita as there are Jewish lawyers, there's only one possible explanation for that, and that is the Jews are oppressing the blacks. So now we belong in this woke rhetoric in one of the two binaries. They say the world, American society and the West is divided between oppressors and oppressed. Now we Jews got kicked off the bench of fighting for the oppressors, which we always did, right? We were the first to help blacks win civil rights. So we got kicked off the good guy bench, and now we're adjacent white oppressors. Our leadership completely missed this. They let this fester on college campuses. They thought, well, this is just merely youthful idealism, youthful, expression. But it's not the youth. It's actual nation states who are behind this. China, Russia, Qatar is funding all of this stuff. It's not going to go away when people grow up. Then what they did, our wonderful ADL and the federations, they said they gave us a wrong set of allies. They said, well, we should unite with all the identity groups, the Black Lives Matter and the feminists and the transgenders and the Muslims even and the Latinos. Well, these are exactly the groups who stabbed us in the back on October 8th, right? So, and I have to tell you, because I know this for sure, our house is on fire because we're in the middle of a perfect storm, but the cavalry is not coming. These groups with all the money and power and prestige, they're not going to pivot and say, look, oh my God, we made a mistake. We now know what to do, right? Even since October 7th, have you heard any of them say, we now know what to do? We've done a rethink. We've done a strategic analysis. No, they won't do it. They can't do it. How can they come to us and say, we're the ones who sent you down this wrong alley, but we now know better, so keep giving us money because now we know what to do. They can't do it. They are paralyzed. So our house is on fire. The cavalry is not coming. We have to depend on ourselves, and that's why Digital Iron Dome is a great representative of many efforts of the brilliant Jews in the diaspora and in Israel who understand that we have to do it ourselves. So what do we have to do? two or three things. First, the principles. I'll say the principles, and then we can have a discussion. We have to go on the rhetorical offense. We shouldn't do what we've been taught to do all this time when they say, oh, it's a colonial state. Israel's a colonial state. We should say, oh, it's very complex. Here, read a book. Here's the Balfour. That doesn't win. That doesn't win. What wins is to point the finger back at our accusers, right? So what do we do when they say colonialism? What we do is we say this, and we train people. For every lie they say against us, we have a training session. We'll teach you how to do it. So on the colonialism thing, here's what you should say. I'm really glad you're worried about colonialism because it's a terrible, terrible thing. It's oppressed so many people. But if you're worried about colonialism, how come you haven't noticed that Islam started out as a dot in the desert in 600, 30, 40, 50? And now there's 52, 57 Muslim states. Do you think that's not colonialism? Do you think that they just talked these peoples around the world into giving up their own culture and their own laws and their own nations? And so that because they were convinced no, it was jihad, man. It was jihad. So now we have to. So that's the rhetorical offense. Any dead Arab babies? Oh, you should be very worried about dead Arab babies. But did you know, if you're really worried about dead Arab babies, how come you didn't say anything about the Iraq and Iran war, in which more dead Iraqi babies than anything that ever, but 100 times more. So maybe it's not the dead Arab babies you're worried about. Maybe it's the Jews you're focusing on. Okay, you can do this with anything they say. Okay, that's how we have to point the finger back at them and make them be the ones on the back foot defending. Right? You are the jihadists. You're killing people, etc. Leads me to my second point. We have to get the right allies.
Doctor, what you're saying is that that the digital Iron Dome is not necessarily a classical defense system. It should be an offensive system.
It is an offensive system. It is an offensive system because it understands where the lies are coming from and analyzes them, and it tells the truth, right? It tells the truth. So it is an offensive system. But also every Jew should learn what I just kind of was giving you a sample of, how to turn it back on them. The second principle is we have to get the right allies. Forget about the leftist identity groups. There are two natural sets of allies that we already have that our leaders didn't want to ally with. I'll give you two examples. Evangelicals, conservatives, patriots, God forbid, Republicans. They are on our side. They're on our side. Okay? Here's the second set. The victims of jihadism. Okay? One of the things I did with the American Anti-Slavery Group, I helped redeem black slaves, black jihad slaves in Sudan 20 years ago. Okay? I got called up by the Nigerians who live in America, who are a very successful diaspora group. They have doctors, lawyers, businessmen, very smart guys. They called me up and they said, you know what? What happened to you guys on October 7th is happening to us every day and nobody cares because everybody's looking in the Middle East. I said, what do you mean? Well, jihadists storm our villages. They slaughter the men, cutting throats. They rape and kidnap the women as sex slaves. They burn people alive. They burn churches, right? And wow, nobody cares. So by the way, in over 20 African nations, there are jihad attacks. Those are our natural allies. And our work on this, which we started about a year ago, pumping the social media with these messages, our work just came to fruition when Bill Maher and Van Jones said on national television, mainstream, there's no genocide in Gaza, but, there is a genocide in Nigeria, and, nobody's talking about that. That's offense. That's what we need to do, and those are the allies that we need to get, okay? We need to ally with all of the victims of jihadism from around the world. Stay tuned. That's going to happen. Give me a month, and that'll be public. Now, home, I'll say one more thing. There are tens of thousands of Jews across America who are worried, concerned, even panicked about what's going on. They see what's happening in their kids' schools. They see that their kids are going to public school in America where all the kids in the class are being taught that the Jews are evil in some way. You're a Jew, you're supporting genocide, right? Where do you think that's going to go? No one is taking care of this, right? Really, no one. So we have Jewish Leadership Project, that's my group, has teams across the country. And we bring them experts and we guide them on how to fight. And we publicize their individual stories. And we help them raise money because it's got to be an organic, organized, right? Organized grassroots Jewish effort. And so we raise money. We raise money for groups like Digital Iron Dome. There's a few other ones that we're working with, and for ourselves. And we're going to put in the chat how to get. Well, just go to jewishleadershipproject.org, and anybody can give a tax-free donation. We're very happy to sponsor this, co-sponsor this with Digital Iron Dome because here's what you find. The Jews are smart. We got to depend on ourselves. We'll find brilliant ways like Hadar has found to do things. So with that, I just want to say, Am Israel Chai, we're smart. We can do this. We're under the gun. The cavalry is not coming for us to help us. But my dear Jews, saddle up because we have to go to war. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jacobs, for those words. We received from you a dire picture of the situation that's happening, especially in diaspora, where we're fighting an uphill battle. And you gave two practical tips saying we have to go on the offensive, we have to get educated, we have to recreate new leadership, especially by forming alliances with those people that are willing to support us. And by using our user ingenuity and our talents and our mental talents, our ability to think creatively, think out of the box, solve difficult problems, we will be able to create incredible solutions. And thank you for your support, and thank you for all the work that you do for Am Yisrael. And yes, Am Yisrael Chai, it's definitely, you can feel it as we celebrate the holiday of Sukkot. So, we sit in these booths that the roof it's basically collapsing. It's penetrable. We can get rained on, and you don't really feel that it's like a roof, and it provides that type of safety. Yet at the same time, it's precisely our frail predicament that we've had throughout the centuries, throughout the millennia, which has enabled us to develop this incredible survival gene and this incredible gene that enables us to overcome all of our challenges. So we're just going to sing a real quick song, and then we're going to bring in our October 7th survivor, Gitit, in just a minute. Thank you very much, Dr. Jacobs.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Sukkot David hanofelet, harachaman hu yakim lanu. Et Sukkot David hanofelet, harachaman hu yakim lanu. Et Sukkot David hanofelet, harachaman hu yakim lanu. Sukkot David hanofelet, da 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 da. Et Sukkot David hanofelet. Okay, now with us for the next segment is Gitit Bota. שלום, שלום. לא שומעים אותך, גיתית?
את על מיוט.
עכשיו שומעים אותי. Hi,
Okay, Gitit, thank you
everybody.
for being with us. Where are you sitting right now, Gitit?
I sit in my house in Sderot, and
Okay.
today Sderot is so happy because tomorrow it's a big day. A lot of my friends come back, and it's crazy, and we not believe but we wait. We wait 2 years. It's crazy.
And
So
so we're really, this is coming full circle after 2 years of, I'm sure, tons of trauma and reliving trauma, and every time you felt, you heard another news about people that didn't make it out, that died there in captivity. Tell us more about your experience from October 7th until today. If you could give us, 5 points of highs and lows of experiences you had. We'd love to hear more of your story.
okay, so I speak about my story, and after I told you what it's good to do, I think, but I try to survive this. My story started before 4 years in Operation Shomer Chomot. It's a big operation with Gaza. I sit in my house with my daughter Adele. She's only 2 years old, and we hear siren. And in Sderot, on Gaza envelope, we have only 15 seconds before the rocket hit. So I take Adele and I run to my shelter. After 10 seconds, I hear a big bomb. And when I open my eyes, I see all my room is smashed and everything with smoke. The rocket hit my house, and I start to scream because I have panic attack, and I think Adele she's not breathe because everything with smoke. And after 2 minutes, some firemen come to my shelter and open the door and take me and my daughter out. When I go out, I see the next room, my shelter, we have big hole, and all the room is destroyed. And it take me to the ambulance, and I sit on the ambulance, but I have big miracle because the shrapnel come to my room, to my up window and down window. But the next building sit Ido Avigal. Ido Avigal is sit like me on the shelter, and the sharpener come and kill him. Ido only 5 years old, and after this I have PTSD. It's post-traumatic, and I start to take therapy, and we said, okay, we stay in Sderot, we change house, but we said we stay in Sderot because we have good community. And I start to walk to therapy with psychologic, and my psychologic told me, if you want to survive this, because I feel very bad. And I said all the time, why me? And you have a lot of questions because you feel, it's crazy feeling. And my psychologic told me, if you want to survive this, you need to make two rules. One rule, you need to, if you have a siren, don't be alone, be with more people. And two rules, you need to work with this. So I start to work with a lot of delegation from the world. We open control room in Sderot. I am manager all Sderot and Gaza envelope, and a lot of delegation from the world come to hear my story, like Nikki Haley, Chancellor for Germany, a lot of VIP and parliament people. And the subject is the life near the border. We have a lot of volunteering work with me. But everything changed in October 7. I told you we change house, building big villa with two shelter. Shelter, everybody know what is shelter? Shelter, it's a safe room. All the house from Sderot and Gaza envelope, we have safe room. And we're building two shelter, and I told myself, nobody take my control again. So October morning, we hear a lot of siren, and we keep Shabbat and holiday, and we don't open the mobile. And we said, okay, we know what is the operation. We live like this 23 years. So we sit on the shelter and everything is okay. And the siren not stop. And we feel something different, but we're not sure what is this. And I look my daughter, she's 4 years old. And remember what psychologic told me? If you have a siren, don't be alone, be with more people. It's very help to PTSD. So I have my friend, he's live only 1 minute walking from my house. And I said, okay, I ran to my friend and I be with more people. So I take the trolley, I start to walking, and I hear a lot of shooting outside. And I said, wow, oh my God, IDF is so close. It's crazy. We don't understand nothing. So we have rules in Sderot. When you go to the street, if you need to go to the shelter, you call the door is open, you can open the door and run to the shelter. So we get my friend and we knock on the door and nobody answer. I knock on the door and I said, hello, why you look the door? We have a lot of siren. My friend opened the door and he told me, what are you doing outside? We have a lot of terrorists all over the city. I said, what? Terrorists? Okay, you need to remember the terrorists know where is the electricity, where is the connection, where is everything. When the terrorists come, he's shooting the electricity and he's shooting the connection. And if you have a message or something, it takes a lot of time because you have delay. So I get my friend, I go to the shelter.
The electricity in the house?
Sorry?
They took out the electrical grid. הרשת החשמלי, מה הם עשו? They
Everything
took
is
out the
full.
electrical grid?
Everything is full. Everything. Because the terrorists have map with everything, and the terrorists know where is the electricity, where is the connection, where is the Wi-Fi, everything. So I get my friend, I go to...
Towers too.
Sorry?
Also the communication towers.
Yeah. We don't have nothing. So I get my friend, I go to the shelter, and my friend opened the mobile, and we start to see movie about the police station from Sderot. Remember the truck comes to Sderot? We start to see movie, and we said, what? It's fake. We not believe. We think all the time we live like, we don't understand. We feel all the time when we see there, it's like movie. And we see the terrorists, and we said, okay, how many terrorists come to Sderot? 10 maximum? Okay, we sit on the shelter and everything is okay. So the hours go, and it's evening time, and I see Adele, she little bit tired, and I said, okay, I come back my house, it's only 1 minute walking, and we sit on my shelter and everything is okay, all the terrorists in the police station. And we start to walking to my house, and we hear siren. We take Adele and we run to my shelter. And before I close the shelter door, my house, I see some people try to open my house door. After this, stand the reality. I go to the kitchen, I take knife, I come back my shelter, I sit on the floor without water, without toilet, without light, without food, without nothing. 10 hours. And I hear a lot of shooting outside. And Adele asked me all the time, Mommy, what's happened? And she don't stop. And I said, Adele, please don't speak because I'm afraid some people hear. And she don't stop. I take my hand and I closed the mouth. You know, I grew up about my grandma. She's been there. She's been in the Holocaust. And this time on the floor with knife. I feel like the Holocaust. I sit my place, and some people come and try to murder me because I'm Jewish. After this, I have hernia attack again. I call my friend, it's commander from army, and I told him, you need to come and take me. And my friend told me, but I cannot to come. We have a lot of terrorists all over the city. I said, I don't care. You need to come and take my family now. Because I feel all the time hopeless. Again, like the rocket come to my house. And I cannot to feel this. So my friend, after 3 hours, come to my house and take my family out. And when my family go out, he told me he see all over the place bodies, women, men, old people, children, all over the place. But I stay here. I stay here because I said this is my time to speak about the true story about Israel. We opened the control room. We make a lot of conference press from the world. We met 500 delegation from the world. We met 6,000 press from the world, and we take all the press to Gaza envelope to see everything. And now I want to speak about my friend, if it's okay, because it's a little bit trigger. My friend from, I'm not sure if I can to speak about this, but my friend work in Zaka. You know what is Zaka? Everybody
Yeah,
know?
it's like a first aid, a first responder to accidents and crises. They're the people that come on the scene first to assist and give medical assistance and evacuation.
And Zaka, it's very helping this day. But my friend Simcha Dreiman, is spokesman from Zaka. He told me very tough story when he go to the Nova. When he go to the Nova, he find a lot of very tough stuff, men and women without clothes. He told me about some kibbutz, never mind the name. He smelled a very bad smell. He opened the shelter and he see young girl without clothes. And when the monster finished, he shoot the head. And we have a lot of story, very tough story. And why I told you all this story? Because the world, the UN, and a lot of delegation to come my place, and we see the disaster movie. And the UN said it's not happened. You understand? The world said it's fake. And I know it's not fake. A lot of people ask me, why you not picture? Why you don't have proof? And I said, when Zaka go to Nova and the kibbutzim, Zaka not stop and picture. Zaka want to give life, like Gdushat HaChaim. Zaka said, I need
They
to help
respect
people. Exactly. And if I have a mission, I want to be the voice. A lot of men and women raped and murdered, and we don't have survived. And if I have the power now to be the voice, this is my mission. And now is your mission. All the group here, please speak about the true story about Israel. Because we have a lot of people never speak again. Thank you.
Wow.
תודה רבה, Gitit. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing this very horrifying and just I don't know what to say. It's
It's
I can't
okay.
imagine what you went through.
Twice.
And you're a very strong woman, and it's inspirational to see how you're taking this and turning it into something that's being helpful to other people, and you're taking it and you're turning it into something that's making you a better person and growing and making the world a better place. And Yishar Koach, as I say.
Gitit, are you
Right.
still in Sderot?
Yeah,
Are you,
we still Sderot all the time ask me, why you stay here? And I said, Am Yisrael Chai, and we stay here because if we go, the terrorists win. And we need to be here. And today we have 39,000 people in Sderot. In the next year, Be'ezrat Hashem, will be 70,000 because we don't have another place. This is my country, and we stay here. It's
Wow,
tough.
thank you.
Sometimes it's tough, but we need to win because this is the way. If you have a question about my story, feel free. This is my job, and it's give me power. And if some people in the Zoom want to ask, you can ask, and if not, you can be in touch with my civilians and volunteers. We have group. The name is Israel Digital Center, and in the social media, and we have a lot of a group in the WhatsApp if you want to help us and to speak about the true story and to give us the power, because if we be together, we have power from the world. So you can write me, and it's amazing.
so it's Israel Digital Center?
Israel Digital Center, yes.
Israel Digital, and that's in English or just in Hebrew?
No, in English, Israel Digital Center. And we have Facebook, Instagram, and group. You can take my number with the Adar have my number, and and come to Israel and come to see Sderot and Gaza envelope. It's very help us when you come to see and speak about the story.
Okay,
And
one
it's
last question
amazing
for
place.
you. How is Adele? How's Adele doing?
A lot of people ask me, we live in a hotel 6 months. And when we get to hotel, Adele asked me, Mommy, why I want to be quiet in the shelter? Because some people come and try to murder me. And she's only 5 years old. And I said, Adele, don't worry, everything is okay, but my heart is broke. Sometimes it's better, in the evening time, we have a lot of boom here. It's IDF, but everything is trigger. And she asked me all the time, Mommy, everything is okay? I feel safety. And I said, don't worry, Adele. But when I go to sleep, I'm not sure everything is okay. And yet she asked me, how the terrorists look? Like the dinosaur, like the monster? And I said, no, it's look like me and like you. It's people. And when she asked this, I cry because it's very sad. Children from Sderot and Gaza envelope grow up early. A lot of children lose the mother and father in this day. We have a Swiss family. It's a mother, father, and 2 children. And remember, she asked, "You from Israel? I have a baby here." Remember the story with the 2 children on the car? It's very famous story in Sderot. The mother and father murder, and when the IDF come to help, Romy, she's only 6 years old. She asked, "You from Israel? I have a baby here." And she's only 6 years old, and the sister. She's 4 years old. It's crazy. The children grow up early here, but we need to continue because this is the way. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not too much, but this is the way. And we try to be good parents, we try.
תודה רבה, גיתית. Thank you so
תודה
much.
רבה. חג שמח.
תודה רבה,
תודה רבה
ובהצלחה.
לכם.
Oh,
בשורות
Gitit, your
טובות.
words have inspired us. Your words have inspired us to really, after everything we've heard tonight, all the resilience, all the grit, all the kochot that we have that are inside of us, all the strengths and all the emunah, all the belief that we have, the faith that we have in humanity, even after you've gone through all that, the belief and hope, it really gives us the impression that Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael. Oh, Davino, Vino, Davino, ah. Oh, Davino, oh, Davino, oh, Davino, ah. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, ah. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, ah. Yisrael, ah. Yisrael, ah. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Ha. Am Yisrael, Ha. Yisrael, Ha. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Ha. O Davinu, O Davinu, O Davinu, Ha. O Davinu, O Davinu, Davinu, Ha. O Davinu, O Davinu, O Davinu, Ha. O Davinu, O Davinu, O Davinu, Chai. So it's words of inspiration, just like the words of the May the Merciful One establish the falling sukkah of David, of King David. Od Avinu Chai means our fathers, our mothers that went before us are still alive in us. Their message goes with us. I wanted to post something. Hadar, can you post that quote by Dr. Jonathan, Rabbi Jonathan Sachs?
Yes,
It's a
one
it's a
second.
beautiful message that I think I want to share with you before we put on the heartwarming words and more strength from. Do we have time for Tal Oran's message?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
so we're
sure.
gonna play a 5 minute clip from Teleron, who couldn't be with us tonight, but he left us a message because he really wanted to be a part of this. Um, but I really like this quote: "Sitting in the sukkah under its canopy of leaves, I often think of my ancestors and their wanderings across Europe in search of safety, and I begin to understand how faith was their only home." Okay, I'll repeat that. How faith was their only home. It was fragile, chillingly exposed to the storms of prejudice and hate, but it proved stronger than superpowers and outlived them all. Friends, we are in the same situation. It seems like the storms of prejudice and hate are raging again against us. And as we sit in the sukkah right now, we remember how resilient we can be and how strong we can be if we stay in touch with our identity, if we understand who we are as a people and what our mission is in the world. And I think that we have shown that even though we took a huge hit on October 7th, we have grown so much since then and we've become so much stronger, which is the classic thing is they thought that they buried us when they attacked us, but they didn't know that we are a seed and that we're going to grow out of the earth. So if you bury a seed, that's what happens. We're not dead matter, we're living matter. We're part of the tree of life, Eitz Chaim Hi, Namachazikim Ba, and our identity is bound up in the Torah of Israel. So I bless us all, whether you're Jewish or not Jewish, to really raise the flag of pride and realizing that we have this incredible legacy, we have an incredible history, and we have an incredible future, and we are going to persevere because we have no choice.
There are a lot of people here with us. I saw on the chat people that said, "I'm a Christian. I stand with Israel." It's like, it's the what unites us is beyond just being Jewish. It's being committed to goodness, to kindness, to the truth,
Yeah,
to life,
values,
to life,
the
to
values in life.
life.
Yes, to life. L'chaim, l'chaim.
L'chaim.
So Hadar, we're going to put on Tal Oran, who was he was a very prolific YouTuber who would broadcast his travels. He became very popular, and at a certain point, he decided he wants to do something else with his talents. So this is a little bit of message from him right now to end our guest speakers for this evening. Enjoy. This is a message from Tal Oran. One sec, no volume. No volume, Hadar. We're not hearing it.
Can you hear me now?
Blood. And
Yes.
Yes.
October 7th is
Turn
a
it up.
day that will forever, for many people on the pro-Israel camp, be drenched in blood and negative memories. And I find it to be that one of my jobs as an advocate for peace through strength in the Middle East, and an advocate for Jewish people and understanding really what Jewish people are, what Bnei Israel are to the world, and explaining that to the world. I find it very important to sometimes remind my fellow Jews and Zionists around the world that if we press on forward, remembering only the negative that came on of October 7th, we victimize ourselves. Now, there is no doubt in my mind that our victimization is real. We have endured real pain and real trauma. October 7th was a day where we were legitimately victimized. But I believe there's a larger element at hand about our victimization, about our mindset and how we press forward, and how we show resilience to the world around us. And I truly believe that the messaging and the mindset on our end needs to be something more akin to, no, we aren't just victims. We are survivors, and most importantly, we are warriors that will defend our homeland aggressively if need be. The mindset that October 7th, this very, very dark day, can trap us into is dangerous, in my opinion. Because while October 7th, 2023 will forever remain a dark day, it really will. We can't change that. October 7th, 2024, October 7th, 2025, October 2026 to October 7th, 2026 doesn't have to be. They don't have to be days that are forever etched in Jewish memory as dark days. They can be days that we can uphold to everyone around us as days where we fought back, where we showed the world we are a force to be reckoned with. And I really believe that that's a mindset that all of us should be carrying moving forward. This does not negate respecting the lives lost on that day, respecting all of our incredible soldiers that fell in battle, who have been injured, who have been incapacitated since, fighting and defending our state and our people. And all the victims of terror from before then, and obviously since then, and victims of anti-Semitism and Jew hatred all around the world. It doesn't negate putting honor towards those people. But what it does do is change our mindset and how we perceive these things moving forward. I am Tal Oran, a advocate for Mizrahi Ethiopian Jewish identity here in Israel. After October 7th, I decided to quit my previous life as a world-traveling YouTuber and dedicate my life towards explaining to people about Israel and advocating for peace through strength with our wonderful Arab neighbors in the Middle East through honest conversation, debate, and seeing eye to eye on how our cultures are way more similar than they are different, but how mutual respect needs to be attained in this region for us to have a fruitful future in this place that we call home. I, like many advocates and digital advocates online, have given up a lot it pales in comparison to the physical sacrifice that, like I said, soldiers and victims of anti-Semitism and Jew hatred, victims of October 7th, have given up. But it has also been a challenge, and it has also been a sacrifice. My life is different. I get death threats. I can't travel the way that I used to. But I see this as a small handoff to what's really important to trying to make a future we can actually digest in this region possible. I can only hope that what I do and what all my fellow advocates in the digital space advocating for, fighting for Israel and understanding Jewish people better online, I hope that it inspires every person who is in our camp, in the sort of Zionist camp. I hope it inspires everybody to speak up. Because while not everybody needs to be an advocate, we do need voices. We do need people to stand up. And I sincerely hope that if I can, or my fellow advocates can inspire you, we really, really hope you join us in this fight to protect our nation, to protect our people, and to fight for a better Middle East for the future to come. Thank you so much. Goodbye. October 7th is a day.
Thank you so much, Tatal. I think that what we heard from Gitit was basically how she took her situation and decided she's not going to be a victim, just like Tal said. You move on from the victim.
You remember.
You remember.
You hold it close to your heart. You never
tell
forget.
the story.
But
you don't stay in the victimhood or in the in that that's not our
traumatized.
identity.
Yeah, that reminds me of a story once. Who's still here? Who's still with me after over an hour? Over an hour, and we have 154 people. You guys are awesome. You're all warriors that you're sticking this out, staying this whole time with us for this for this podcast. Thank you so much for being here. So I just wanted to share this story that one time my rabbi Rav Shlomo Carlebach was in New York and he was in a cab and the cab driver said to him, I started talking to him. He said, I don't get you Jews. I really don't get it. I'm a black man and I live in America and it's a white America and I see white people and it angers me. It angers me that they have all this privilege and I don't. And yet I know that you Jews have suffered way more than we have and for a lot longer. And yet somehow you're still radiant and you're still blessing people and you're still walking on the streets helping people that are not Jews. So it was like this story for me meant so much because it meant that our victimhood doesn't define us. Our victimhood makes us stronger, and that strength is what defines us. And that's what we all need to rally around, is that the knocks that we receive from God, they're not there to put us down. They're not there to make us feel we're lost and alone and abandoned. It's the opposite. It's to a certain extent, it's God's way of saying, pick yourselves up and make something better of your lives. Strive for truth. Make a better life for yourself. Make a better life for the people around you. And in that sense, we are resilient people because we've struggled with our name. Yisrael means to struggle with God and man and to be able to overcome. And that's something that we're doing all the time. It's a dance with life and death. We've known death in so many ways, and we've been attacked so many times, and yet somehow we wake up in the morning and we say Modani. We say, thank you, God, for giving me another day, because we really believe in the beauty of human life and our way of life and our values. And we're going to keep professing them for forever and ever. It doesn't matter how much you kill us. You're not going to kill the message.
And we also need to remember that in the process of birth, in the process of giving life, there's a lot of pain, there's some tears, there's some moments where
There's blood.
there's blood. It's not the prettiest sight, and but it is.
There's
But
screams.
yeah, and the same goes for a seed that is decomposing in the ground. It looks like it's falling apart, but really it's starting the process of sprouting. It's starting something new. And we all know that in our life, when we reach that point of breaking, where it's those moments in our life where we felt broken, and it doesn't have to be not specifically, I'm not talking about being Jewish. Anybody can relate to that. The moments where you felt like that your heart was breaking, or that people turned against you, or that you yourself just felt like alone, those were the moments where you had to find the strength somehow and go on and find something new inside of you to keep going and to keep to just make it better, like we said in the beginning, make it better, to
Wow.
keep
Yeah.
getting better.
It is getting better. We believe it. It's hard, but we really believe in you guys. Yes, I hear Psalms here. Somebody asked what was Reb Shlomo's response to the cab driver. I don't know, but I'm sure it was like, "Here's my card. Do you need if you need any help, let me know." And that's basically our message for humanity. It's like, we're not here. We don't have hate factories. Like we're not. We don't. We could be the victims par excellence with a license to hate every single person. We can hate Christians, we can hate Muslims, we can hate Westerners, we can hate Easterners, we can wait. I mean, we could hate socialists, we can hate communists, we can hate everybody. And yet, that's not our modus operandi. We don't wake up in the morning asking, "Well, who are we going to hate today?" Unlike other cultures that unfortunately do that. And so we are in a struggle right now. Humanity's in a struggle. We're hopefully giving birth to ourselves, and that is something that we are all a part of. And the people that will come out on the other side are the people that know that we're part of a process. And so we want to bless you guys to be a part of this process of living and dying, of being in the sukkah, seeing how this canopy of basically cut down branches withers before our eyes over the course of the week. And as Kohelet says, nothing new is under the sun. Generations come, generations go. There's a time for peace, there's a time for war, there's a time for love, and there's a time for hate. But all things under the sun, if we're connected to what's above the sun, so that's when none of this really phases us. We're kind of stoic. We have the ability to transcend it all. So that's our blessing for you guys. We'll sing one more song,
And let's make this song, like, let's have the intention, all of us here, and it would be nice if you guys joined us in this as a prayer that we all need the strength, and we all need the peace in our hearts. 'Cause the strength is like the ability that I see it as something like the ability to fight, or like just, and the peace is more like to let go. It's like this ability to hold these in two directions. So let's just take this moment for real connecting.
finish.
We're going to
Sing Esai Enai Melarim. It's from Psalms 121. And when we're done, we're going to hear the closing words from Hadar, who organized this event. We love you, Hadar. Esai Enai Ben Yavo Esli Esai Shamayim Varetz Ose shamayim v'aretz. Yaira, 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 Nine, 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 oh, 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 nine, 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 nine. I lift up my eyes to the mountains, where my help will come. My help comes from the most powerful source, more powerful friend than any ally that Israel can have, the maker of the heavens and the earth. And let us rejoice in that, and let us pray that that's going to be the source of our strength and our hope, because otherwise we might be let down. But there is something much bigger than this reality that we're all attached to. That's our message. That's the message of Judaism to the world. That's the Ten Commandments. We're still sticking with this message through and through. And we love you. Thank you guys for being here tonight. And we had a great time with you. And Hadar, let's hear some words to close the event.
Yeah, so thank you for everyone, speakers, Gitit, Ariel, Charles, everyone. It was very inspiring, and also the video from Tal. Thank you for all the participants. I hope that you enjoyed this event this evening, and that you took one thing. And it's funny that what I spoke in the beginning about how we are strong, and it's like every one of the speakers spoke about it in the same way, and the need for us to amplify the voice, the need for us to fight for ourselves, because nobody is going to stand up unless we will. And I think this is a sad truth that we all have to understand. Once we understand it, it could give us power. Once we understand that, as everyone says, we can be the victims, but we can also act. And I wish you the last thing I wish you in this evening is like if you can take some good moment that you have this evening, or the 2 years past the war, re-embrace it, remember it, and try to amplify it, try to tell other people about it. Now think about telling people stories from October 7th, telling stories about the Nova, showing people the truth about Israel, even one step at a time. It's really helping. And now taking it to the digital arena, when you can send it to 1,000 people, 2,000 people, 10,000 people, 100,000 people. That's the power of Digital Iron Dome, and that's what we try to do. So think about the experience that you had tonight. If you learned something new, if you feel more connected to yourself, to Israel, to your story, to our shared values as people, think about it, and give it a chance to thrive, to amplify from you. We would love you to join Digital Iron Dome. So search Digital Iron Dome online, or you could just visit our website, digitalirondome.com. Support one of our campaigns. That's actually what allows you to take our voice, take Israel truth, and amplify it into thousands of people, tens of thousands, and even millions if you have the right budget of people. Reach them, and I think that's it. I've enjoyed this evening, and I want to again thank you for participating. There will be more events, I guess, soon in the future. Hopefully, the hostages return tomorrow. But the wars continue, because the war isn't about the hostages only. It's about Israel. It's about fighting radical Islam. It's about knowing what's right and what's wrong, and that's why we are here as Israel. That's our job. You can like it, you can dislike it, but while we're here, we have to fight for the truth. No one will unless us. Thank you very much, and bye bye.
Thank you, Hadar. Thank you
Thank
so much. Thank you for everyone for coming. It
Thank
was
Thank you,
you.
so
Hadar.
beautifully.
Hey, thank you, everyone. Think everyone got beside me. So anyway, shalom. Thank you for joining us in this evening, this daytime if you're in the States. Um, God bless you. Make sure to visit Digital Iron Dome. We would appreciate a visit on our website. Tell about us your friends, and hopefully you'll see one of our campaigns online. Share it, amplify it, and be in touch soon. Bye bye. Also, I'm here for questions for a few minutes. If anyone wants to ask some questions, I still here. So, about the New York City mayoral race, yes, Digital Iron Dome can really help this fight. We have also tools to attack, not only to defend, but also to attack the other side. But because it is a very, very, how can you say it, sensitive subject, I guess Saul, please contact us at support@digitalarondom.org and we can discuss it more privately. There is thing that we can do to change and to impact the mayoral race. So I'm writing the email also, and also you can contact us directly through our website. Uh, I'm in the USA. Why is there so much fine views where it comes to news about the IDF, especially mentioned on Facebook? You gotta understand that when we talk about digital advocacy, we mainly talk about social media, news websites. This is like most of the video apps and stuff like that. It's mostly negative and highly organized against us, even way before October 7th. So the Qataris, Russians, Chinese, the Iranis, they spent billions of dollars building massive networks of influencers, of news reporters that really, really committed to showing just one side, just the anti-Israel side of things. Especially on Facebook, you know that most of those algorithms tend to share and to amplify what is make most people to react, and that's why the Qataris and the Palestinians they chose to amplify voices that are even lies that catch fire quickly, and then we need to deal with it and show why it's a lie, why it's not right, and that's a fight. What we try to do is kind of like make the how the digital Iron Dome works is it scans and once it sees someone talking about genocide, then it knows how to retarget them and show them videos that showing why Israel isn't committing a genocide, and that's like our solution to that is just be very accurate and make sure the right people who saw something negative about Israel will see the same, like the counter narrative, very direct and like highly ממוקד, highly focused on the subject that it actually says. And James asked, how did we get here? How did we get into a place where it's so bad and people that are good are seems like evil? And I feel it's a good questions, and you can point a lot of fingers about the Israeli government and the U.S. government and the Jewish leaders who made this happen and allow this to happen. But for me, the answer is, sometimes a lie should be very, very big and then explode so everyone can know the truth. Sometimes like you have like sometimes but you cannot lie forever. And yeah, the world is twisted, not only on our side. I think when you look at the world, like half of the thing you see not real or fake, I think this is the part of the process the world in general is going through right now, is kind of like revealing the truth. So in the beginning it's kind of hard. It's like it's hard. It's like giving birth, like Yarden says, but it's full of blood and fights and stuff like that. But later, the truth are here to stay. So it's just part of the process, I guess. Um, and I don't think it will take years. I think the world is spinning faster and faster, and everyone can feel it that the world is going faster. Um, and I hope the truth, like I think that's what every one of us pray, that the truth will come sooner and sooner. Um, mm, mm, mm. And Lisa, you're right about the algorithms, because algorithms are like kind of taking every single resource that we implement into social media and just block it. So it doesn't matter if Stand With Us have a couple of hundreds of even millions of followers. They don't, like, their videos, which are very important, just don't show to the right people. Uh, and that's why Digital Iron Dome solution is just paying Facebook, paying those websites to put pro-Israeli messages there and break the algorithm. It's not optimal, but it's what we have and it's working. Yeah, so James, that's actually how Digital Iron Dome works, and I invite everyone who's still here to visit our website, learn more, see videos. We have like full presentations about campaigns that we ran and how we change opinions, and like how we measure the opinion change in the beginning, because most of like digital advocacy has no way to measure its success. Most of people, when they share video online, they don't even know who it gets to. Say, don't even talk about, is he watched the video, did it change his mind? And part of the tools we develop at Digital Iron Dome are tools that allows us to measure this, and every part of the campaigns that we run, whether it's video campaigns online or articles that we're promoting on news websites, pro-Israeli articles, we poll the audience and ask them, what do you think about that? Is it change your mind? And we know, for example, that some works, like some articles work good on certain audiences, some articles work better on different audiences, and that's what allow us to kind of like show the right articles to the right people who actually most chances they will read the article, that will see the video, and it will change their minds about Israel. Um, so Jerry asked, have you challenged national US organization to support you? For sure, we've been meeting with them for a long time, but I don't know what I can say and what I cannot say, because I also work with the Israeli government and they are supporting, but most of the organizations, the big ones, the small ones, there are years back, when it comes to technology, when it comes to AI, when it comes to advertising. So I it's hard for me to say that, but they are a part of the problem, and they like one of the reasons that the situation is so bad is because of the organization that try to stick and doing the same old stuff. They have a lot of money, they don't love to spend it, they love to save it to themselves or spend it on the wrong stuff. And I have a lot of bad things and good things to say for them, because yeah, they're helping, but when it comes to technology, when it comes to digital advocacy, they are not in the game. They don't know how to play the game. And that's why did it if they did know, so we wouldn't at that place, and Digital Iron Dome doesn't have to be existed. um, about questions about what can be done regarding college campuses. So when using some advertising technology, some of the things that we do is target specific locations. I can share my screen again and show you an example of campaign that we ran specifically in Colombia more than a year ago. But we specifically make the ads appear on the Upper West Side of New York, near every the like the college campus, near the students. And we know we reach almost 4 million views, and people saw our ads. Average people saw our ad 4 times, and we ran ads. One of the banners that we ran is like one of these, like queers for Gaza and queers in Gaza, and the difference between them. Another things that we do to target young people, except from targeting Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, is also targeting website like Quora, where students learn from exam, and then we show the articles, the videos, we showed it on the website. Another question. About TikTok. TikTok is the only platform where Digital Iron Dome not operating. Most of our technology, you gotta understand, they built to kind of like bend the algorithm and allow pro-Israeli content that wouldn't be allowed if not our technology. So TikTok, it's hard time to break their algorithm. They're very anti-Israeli, and it's like some places we manage to do that, some places we are not. I hope that in the next few weeks and months we will see better things on TikTok because of Oracle and Larry Ellison buying TikTok. So I think let's wrap this session. Thank you for more than 50 people who stay so far. Again, please donate to Digital Iron Dome. Help us fund more views. It's not it's not just let me show you something. Those video campaigns that we're launching today for the October 7th, those campaigns, those videos that I showed you, they're costing more than $1,000 every day just to keep spreading. Every day we reach tens of thousands of people, but it's cost us a lot of money, and this is what your money is funding. So just like so you know, except from developing the technology that scans the internet and analyzes it and creating content, most of the donation comes and goes directly to fund ads to make people see this video when they open Facebook, make people see this video when they're on Instagram or Al Jazeera or CNN. That doesn't matter. That's what our technology does. I sent the link, but I'll send it again, and I think that's it for tonight.